If I were to describe today's practice in 2 words, it is earth and wind. We're going to oscillate between holding poses for longer periods of time with focus on the breath and even moving one breath, one movement, vinyasa style. It'll be a balance between the two. It's been a very long time since I've taught yoga, years in fact, and I'm going to aim for about an hour. We'll see how long it ends up being, but over the course of this class, I'm going to gear it toward beginners while offering options for more advanced practitioners. So you first and foremost want to set up a space that feels sacred to you. What does sacred mean? It's a space where you feel open and free, and hopefully you can make the space as beautiful as you can because, well, there's something magical about beauty. So you're finding a comfortable seated position in your sacred space, and I invite you to close your eyes. Beginning to settle into your body, notice what you feel. Maybe being in home all day has your tension between your eyes and your head because we are in our confined spaces. So we find comfortable spots and we just sit there in our heads, forgetting about our bodies. And maybe after you notice and recognize what might be going on in the head, bring the awareness lower. Notice what's going on in your shoulders and see if you can relax them down and back. Beginning to bring awareness to your breath with the lips gently shut. Inhale through your nose, paying attention to the chest, filling the lungs. Exhale slowly. And as you exhale, notice again the shoulders. They sink downward as you inhale or as you exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, notice the sensation of wanting, needing to inhale, and then inhale. Shoulders raise. Exhale, relax the shoulders down as you exhale. Go through a few more rounds of these deep breaths at your own pace. Paying very close attention to the varied sensations of the body. On your next inhale, reach the arms up overhead toward the sky, gaze up. Keep the eyes closed. On your exhale, plant the hands in front of you. This is where you can open your eyes if you need. Come forward, shoulders stack over the wrists. We're finding a tabletop. So your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Your hips are stacked over your knees. I'm making micro adjustments to try to find a place of equilibrium, a place where I feel there is equal pressure through each hand and each knee and the top of each foot. I would invite you to close your eyes and see if you can do the same. What little micro adjustments can you make to feel at ease? Once you found your tabletop, return to your breath. And on your next inhale, bring the gaze and the tailbone skyward, creating a curve in the spine. On your exhale, reverse directions. Pelvis comes forward, head toward pelvis, arching the spine. Inhale, bring it up again, curving the spine. This is cow pose. Exhale, arch your spine like a black cat on Halloween. This is cat pose. A little advanced tip, try pressing the ground away from you through the palms so you're externally or protracting the scapula. And then again, bring it back up on your inhale. And continue through these cat-cows at the rate of your own breath, moving as quickly or as slowly as suits your breath. We'll do this for a few rounds. On your next inhale, find a neutral tabletop. On your exhale, send the hips back toward the feet. Maybe the feet come toward each other, finding a child's pose. Walk the hands in front of you as far as feels good, and rest your head on your mat. So child's pose is your rest state. If at any point you feel like you need to pay closer attention to your breath, if your body simply needs a rest, this is the pose to find. This is the pose to reconnect. On your next inhale, come back up to your tabletop. We're going to make a transition here, continuing to inhale, tuck the toes underneath, and then send your hips up and back. On your exhale, downward facing dog. So you've created an inverted V shape with your body. I have to learn how to work with this thing on. So in your downward dog, this is the first one of the day, so take some time here. I encourage you to bicycle the heels. And as you bicycle the heels, notice what goes on in your body. Feel the stretch through the calf. Notice the subtleties as you press a little bit more through the palms, the ground away from you. Notice the relief as you come out of the stretch slowly. We'll collectively call movements like this intuitive movements. Simply moving the body in a way that intuitively you think will feel good. So continue breathing, continue your intuitive movements for a few more breaths. Beginning to settle. On your next inhale, look up. On your exhale, slowly step the feet toward the hands, finding a forward fold. So maybe your hands are reaching the mat, maybe not. The key here is to feel the stretch through the hamstrings and the calves, the backs of the legs. Now wherever you are, bring your hands to your opposite elbows. We're finding ragdoll. Holding on
onto your opposite elbows. Notice the subtle stretch through your sides of your body, your lats. Relaxing the muscles of the neck. And maybe adding some movement, a gentle sway. Maybe a little bit more of a controlled side-to-side movement. Maybe you challenge your body's awareness of itself in space, its proprioception by closing the eyes. Whatever you're doing, try to create symmetry within the body. Enjoy a big inhale in the center. And exhale, release your hands down. Exhale completely. Then as you inhale, slowly raise up one vertebrae at a time. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Externally rotate the hands, palms face forward, gaze up. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders down and back. Open the hands a little wider. Bring your head to neutral. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a few moments here. Close your eyes. Reconnect to your body while focusing on deep breaths. Take a body scan here. Bring awareness to the top center of your head as if it's a point of light, at the very top, very center. What color is it? Feel its vibrancy. You chose its color, whatever color you want. Maybe it's changing colors, but it's still a single point at the top of your head. Now begin to expand that light, scanning your body, coming down past your ears, beyond the cheeks and the jaw, down to the shoulders. Maybe this gentle light relaxes the shoulders down a little bit. Down the chest, past the heart. Down the arms, past the belly button. Notice what's going on in your core. Is it flexed and strong, or is it relaxed? Down below your waistline, down beyond the knees, down to your heels, the bottoms of your feet. Feel a grounded sensation as you bring that awareness to the bottoms of your feet. Bathed in your gentle light of whatever colors, or vibrancies you choose. And as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Palms meet at the top. And as you exhale, maybe you have to step a little wider. Swan dive all the way down. Now as you do this, you can simply bring the arms all the way down. In fact, let's all do that to begin. Back into our forward fold. Then inhale, half lift. And this is an important motion in this practice. So half lift, you've created a 90-degree angle at your hips. Your legs and your upper body, there is 90 degrees. Your spine is straight. Shoulder blades are retracted, meaning you're opening the chest. Core is engaged. Belly button in towards spine. Your mula bandha is engaged. These are the PC muscles. Muscles that you would clench if you were orgasming or if you had to hold in a pee. Then as you exhale, you hinge from the hips and you relax all the way downward. Grabbing opposite elbows, ragdoll. We're going to practice that half lift a few more times. On your inhale, trace the hands up the shins as you come up. Opening the chest, bringing the core in tight and strong. Then as you exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, half lift, open the chest. Exhale all the way down. This time plant the hands on the mat in front of you, then step the feet back. You're back in downward facing dog. Enjoying a few moments here. I'm going to take that a little bit faster now. Well, significantly faster as we move one breath, one movement. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step your feet towards your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Notice the stretch as you reach. The stretch through the side body. Then exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands. This time, step the feet back to a high plank. Maybe you're in a high plank as if you're going to do a normal push-up. Maybe you bring your knees to the mat. Maybe you have to walk your hands a little bit closer. You're finding something that's challenging where your core is engaged. And wherever you are, you're going to keep your hands spread wide apart and then rotate the eyes of the elbows forward. But you're not doing it from the elbow. Imagine doing it from your shoulder blades, from your scapula. And engage your glutes here. And notice how that lifts your hips and supports your core. Your glutes are part of your core. Fun fact. Now let's check if you've adequately engaged the muscles of, well, your sits muscles, rotator cuff muscles. Eyes of the elbows rotated forward. Big inhale. Then exhale, slowly lower all the way down. If your elbows graze the ribs, you are doing things right. Well, doing things biomechanically advantageous, I should say, not necessarily right. So you're at the bottom of that little push-up. It's called a chaturanga or a chaturanga. Extend your right arm out to the right. Then press through your left palm, rolling onto the right shoulder. Then kick the left leg behind you as far as feels good to you. Now, if this is not comfortable, try bringing your left foot onto the mat so your left knee points toward the ceiling. What we're looking for here is a gentle to deep stretch of the bicep, the shoulder, and your chest, or any combination of those. You can play with the position of the leg here. In fact, if you extend the leg and try to heel toe it a little bit further, you might notice a stretch through the top of the leg. So perhaps into the adductors. Well, that would be your psoas, but I do feel it in the adductors here. And that's related to the position of my foot. The outside edge, I've rotated downward toward the mat, and in doing so, I'm able to achieve a stretch through a very subtle stretch through a deep adductor here. So your adductor magnus, I believe. But wherever you are,
You're going to slowly come back to center. Bring your arm in. Extend the left arm out to the left. And we're going to repeat that on this side. I'll actually show you from this angle. And again, we're looking for a sense of symmetry. So I'm trying to do the same thing that I did on my opposite side here. And as you try to create that symmetry, you notice the asymmetries within your body. It's one of the beautiful benefits of yoga, that it brings awareness to things that you otherwise would never have known about yourself. And then slowly come back to center. So from this position, your forehead is gently rested on the mat. Your hands are next to your pecs. On your inhale, bring the head up off the mat and bring the chest up off the mat. You gently brought the top of your torso up off the mat. Head is neutral. Breath is easy. This is a little cobra. So you're trying to limit the amount that you're pressing off of your hands. You're trying to keep yourself lifted by using the muscles of your back and your core. Big inhale. And exhale, bring the head down toward the mat. And on your next inhale, come up a little bit higher. And on your next exhale, bring the head back to the mat. And on this inhale, come up to your cobra, then curl your toes underneath you. Then as you exhale, press the ground away from you. Downward facing dog. A few breaths here. This is some room and some time for intuitive movement. Do this a few times, moving one breath, one movement. I'll cue you, when I teach a classroom, I usually give people time to just flow on their own. And I'm trying to decide if that's a good idea on video. Sure. So I'll cue you through it one more time. And then we'll go through it a few times, following the pace of your own breath. So once more together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or hop your feet towards your hands. Inhale, half lift. Chest is open. Core, Mula Bandha engaged. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Lift, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Open chest. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop your feet back to your plank. Big inhale. Glutes engaged. Exhale, lower all the way down. Elbows graze the ribs. Tops of the feet plant in the mat. Inhale up to your cobra, or extend the elbows, hips up off the mat, gaze up, upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, up and back, downward facing dog. Enjoy a few breaths here, enjoy some intuitive movement. Then when you're ready, continue following the pace of your breath through that sequence. I'll go through it a few times myself, and we'll all come back together in a little while. Wherever you are, finish your sequence, then go through it one more time. Once you're done, if you're done before we've moved on, find a child's pose or hold your downward dog and focus on your breath. Wherever you are, make your way to downward facing dog. So in doing that sequence, we've warmed up our upper body, our shoulders, our spine, our core. We're going to begin to warm the lower body now. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float both feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now on this inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, bring the arms up, hands to heart center. So you're in chair. See if you can bring most of your weight onto the backs of your heels, or your heels, backs of your feet. So that means if you wanted to lift your toes, you could. Try not to arch the spine backward. Try not to tuck the hips in too much. Trying to find a happy medium between the two. If you want to bump the difficulty of this up, you can try sinking deeper. Even more, you could try reaching the arms up overhead. If you've done that, try to internally rotate the arms so the palms are facing each other. See if you can sink down a little bit deeper. You're continuing to hold. Smile through the pain. Because this is a unique quality of pain. In fact, this is a type of pain that you can wire your brain to find pleasurable. How? You continually remind yourself that you are getting stronger. You are gaining more control of your body. You're gaining more control of your mind and your breath.
Second, you continue to hold. And if you've come up, that's fine. That's an opportunity to come back into it. Smile. Smile. It helps. You're sending a signal to your brain that this is good when you smile. One more big inhale. Then exhale. Straighten the knees, forward fold. Grab your opposite elbows. Maybe sway side to side. Your exhale, release your hands down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step, float the feet back, plank. Big inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, downward dog. By the way, that little sequence, plank, lower, upward dog or cobra, and downward dog, it's called a vinyasa. You do not have to do vinyasas. You can simply go back into downward dog and wait. And there is great merit to that, especially if you continue to focus in on your breath and honor your body in the way that you see fit. How about in a way that you would honor it if you were responsible for taking care of yourself as if you took care of a loved one? Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float both feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Now on this exhale, lift the right leg, send it back. Arms up overhead. Left knee is bent. Right heel is lifted. Crescent warrior. See if you can play with the bend in that left knee. Maybe bend a little more. You notice how that affects what happens in the opposite leg as well. Once you feel sufficiently challenged, on your inhale, straighten the arms, lift the shoulders up toward the ears. And as you exhale, bring the arms downward, engaging those big side muscles, your lats. Root through your left foot. On your inhale, press through the left foot, reach the right knee in front of you. Hands to heart center. You're balanced on your left foot. Left knee is up. Right knee is up. Right foot is flexed upward. This is called a dorsiflex. And then bring that right foot and point it down toward the mat. That's a plantar flex. Dorsiflex, inhale. Plantar flex, exhale. Inhale, dorsiflex. Exhale, plantar flex. Inhale, dorsiflex. Exhale, plant the foot. Relax. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float, both feet back. Pause on your inhale in your plank, or enjoy your time in your downward dog. If you're in plank, on your exhale, lower all the way down. Tops of the feet in the mat. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sink deeper, root through your right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it back. Crescent warrior. Your right knee is bent. Play with the bend. Find a shape that works for you. Once you are sufficiently challenged, inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky. Straighten the arms. Exhale, retract the scapula. Squaring the shoulders. Sinking into your breath. See if you can kick that left heel closer to the mat. Now root through your right foot. Big inhale. Exhale, press off of it. Lift the left knee. Hands to heart center. Foot is dorsiflexed. On your next exhale, plantar flex that left foot. Inhale, dorsey. Exhale, plantar. Inhale, dorsey. Exhale, plantar. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, plant the foot. Hands by your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward all the way. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or float it back. Go through your vinyasa if you're there. Here's where we continue to build. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, crunch the right knee in toward the right elbow. Inhale, press the ground away, reach that right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, come back up, crescent warrior. Exhale, pivot the back heel, open the arms to a T, warrior two. Right knee deeply bent. Gaze beyond your right fingertips as you relax the shoulders down and back. Try to keep the spine aligned over the hips. Flip the front palm up. Right knee stays deeply bent. Inhale. Reach the right arm up toward the sky. Left hand tracks down the left leg. Reverse warrior. Gaze up toward the sky. Reach through the right fingertips. Energy shoots out of those fingers. Then exhale. Windmill the hands down. Plant the hands. Set the right foot back. Maybe you get fancy and you float the right foot as you come down. And then you see if you can flow into your downward facing dog. Let's do that on your left side. Inhale, left leg reaches up, up, up. Exhale, crunch it in. Shoulders stack as you crunch it in. Remember that tabletop? Similar sensation. Inhale, reach it up, left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Deep lunge. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, pivot the back heel, open up, warrior two. Maybe sink deeper as you find it. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up, stretching through that left side body as your right hand tracks downward. Then exhale, windmill it down. Plant the hands, step the left foot back. Standing downward facing dog. A few intuitive movements, a few intuitive breaths. Here's where we put it all together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float, both feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sink deeper, root through the left foot. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, reach. Find nice posture, open posture, strong posture. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Sink down, deeper. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reach. Opening that side body. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Plant, vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or float it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sink, root through the right foot. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, reach. Align, reconnect. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Front, flip. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, one moment down. Plant the hands, step it back. Vinyasa. So that was going a little bit fast. If you're able to keep up, amazing. If not, that's fine. I'll walk everyone through the left side one more time. Then you'll repeat it on your right, and then we'll do it a few times following the pace of your breath. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, crescent warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down, step it back, vinyasa. Now you'll notice on that side, or that time, we didn't go through the chair. Instead, that time, we did the crunch. These are two different variations of basically the same flow. Add everything together. Take out anything that doesn't serve you. Try to find symmetry and continue this sequence following the pace of your breath a few times. Wherever you are, finish up to the side. Get your right and your left side one more time. When that is done, hold downward dog or child's pose. And we'll meet there.
flowing, keep flowing. If you found child's pose, stay there. If you're in downward dog, find that child's pose. And once you're done flowing, meet us here. We'll be here for several more breaths. Last few breaths in this child's pose. And slowly come up. So you're sitting up on your heel. Then slide your hips to one side, swing the legs forward. You're sitting up tall with your legs in front of you. Bring the feet on the mat. Scoot the glutes closer to the heels and grab the backs of your legs. Embrace this challenge. Your core becomes stronger with every breath. And we begin now. On your inhale, send your body backward. Notice the further back you send your torso, the more your core begins to engage. You're still holding on the backs of your legs. Once you find a place that feels challenging but comfortable, lift your feet up off the mat, and then your heels, and suddenly you just have one point of contact on the mat. I would encourage you to close your eyes here. Now, this is your resting pose. If you can avoid touching the mat, you have won the game. If you do touch the mat at any point, you haven't lost the game. You started a new game, and that game is how fast can I come back up and how much longer can I hold it. But I encourage you to try to win this game. And you could technically win this game just by holding here as long as the duration holds. But this is easy mode, and I do not like easy mode if I can handle something harder. So try to bring your hands by your sides. Ooh, maybe that's a little much. You know what? That's jumping too hard kind of quick. So what if you grabbed the back of your legs again, and then you extended the knees straight, and you pointed the toes? Ooh, that's pretty tough too, huh? Well, you can make it tougher. You could grab, or you could extend the arms straight. Now, I noticed my shoulders wanted to tense up, but since I noticed it, I was like, no. Relaxing the shoulders downward is going to create a greater sense of ease in the body. Now you can continue to make this harder by bringing the arms up overhead. And see, for me, when I do that, my legs need a break because it feels like something's tight up here, and that's okay. Wherever you are, whatever shape you're making, as long as you feel like you are challenging yourself, then you're in the right place. You've made the right shape. Feel free to change shapes as often as you need. Make it easier, make it harder, oscillate between the two, but continue to focus in on the breath. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now.
deep breaths. One more. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Feet together, knees butterfly open. Amazing job. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold as much as you need. It may not be much. Maybe you get enough just by pressing the hands onto the knees or by resting the forearms on the knees. But if you do have open hips, the more you fold forward, well, the better it feels. The key here is to find something that is comfortable, something that you can sustain holding for at least a couple minutes, anywhere between 2 and 4 minutes here. So this is the yin part of our practice. The first part we consider the yang part, or the more energetic part. So the energetic part builds heat in our body, and it's a dynamic way of doing it. So when you're getting into your lunges, you're simultaneously strengthening the muscle and stretching other muscles. And you're creating all this heat and preparing your body for long, sustained, deeper stretches. And the body interacts with the muscles differently depending on how long you hold your stretches. The beautiful thing, one beautiful thing, is that it happens automatically. Your body will do it whether you will it to or not. In fact, you would be hard-pressed to will it to. So holding these deep stretches is a meditation opportunity. This is where you can focus deeply and intently on the sensation of breath. I say the sensation of breath because that's exactly what you're focusing on. Maybe it's the coolness at the tip of your nose as you inhale, or that same cool air in the back of the throat as it travels into your lungs, or the expansion of the lungs and the rib cage. See how much detail you can notice and continue focusing on that. Last few breaths here. And slowly come up on your inhale. Extend your left leg straight. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Flex your left foot up. Square the shoulders, square the hips to that extended left leg. And on your inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Sit up tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips. This is the importance of the half lift, specifically the forward fold portion, because you're learning to hinge from your hips. And you're continuing that hinge as far as is comfortable, a deep enough stretch. And once you find that, you relax. The
This is where bad posture is acceptable. You let your shoulders slump forward, your head relax down. And you see how much of your body you can relax. Awareness is on the breath. Noticing the subtleties of the sensation. Slowly come up all the way. Switch legs. I'm going to repeat this process. Hips, shoulders square to that extended right leg. Inhale, reach the arms up, sit up tall. Try dorsiflexing that foot, the right foot. Exhale, hinge from the hips as you fold forward. Notice how the dorsiflex affects the stretch. You'll feel it more in the calf. And notice what happens when you relax the foot. You can go deeper because the calf is now less stressed. Finding your stretch and relaxing everything you can relax. Slowly come up all the way. Extend your left leg and bring both feet on the mat. Scoot your glutes to your heels and relax onto your back. Take a moment here. Notice the low back, lumbar spine relaxing as you continue to breathe. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Rock side to side, gently massaging the low back. Maybe make little circles if that's pleasant. And bring your arms by your sides. Maybe they're extended straight. Maybe they're in a cactus shape. Then release your knees to the left, creating a gentle twist in the spine. To add a beautiful garnish to this shape, rotate your head the opposite direction of your knees. Last few breaths. Slowly bring the knees back to center and give them another squeeze. Take as long as you'd like in this little squeeze and then release your knees to the opposite side. Adding that extra little bit, dropping the head the opposite direction. Slowly bring the knees back to center. Give them another squeeze. Squeeze your knees a little bit harder. Bring your head up towards your knees. Creating a tight, small bowl. Squeezing your toes and your hands. Squeezing your eyes shut. Squeezing the elbows in toward the sides. A tight ball, tighter and tighter. Inhale. Then exhale. Extend the legs straight. Relax the arms by the sides. Finding your final rest, Shavasana. are just waking up. And hug your knees into your chest. And for a moment, roll onto your right side. Press through the palms. Find a comfortable seated position. On your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Join the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Thank you for taking the time to practice. Your role in the network that is humanity is vitally important, and I know how powerful this practice is for me. I can only hope it's as powerful for you. Thank you again. With love and light from my heart to yours. Namaste. So that was my first time teaching in a long time. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to see more videos like this, or you have some specific things that you'd like to work on, let me know. And thanks again for joining me.